Hello, hello, and welcome to tonight's team call. I feel like a video game show host. Welcome to Business Breakthrough Academy. I'm so glad that you are here. No, but really, I actually am glad that you're here and that you're joining us for this incredible training because we have worked our booties off to bring you some juicy stuff. I know post summit, and you guys can drop it in the chat if you feel me, post summit. The energy is high. You have probably sat and thought about your vision and what you want in this business. And that's exactly why we have the business breakthrough, to help you take the consistent action to continue to grow. So week one, hold on, let me stop my screen. Before I start sharing how this is going to work, what you can expect. Each day there's going to be a post in the group. That post will have a call to action. Your task is to participate. It's really that simple. Only other thing that you're doing is your BAT, which Annie shared a bunch of different options on Saturday. So go pick whichever one you want to do. And I will just say, this is nothing extra. This is just your job, right? So if it feels overwhelming or too much, reach out to your coach, reach out to someone in this group, because we don't want that for you. We want to point you to something that's going to be less overwhelming. Your job as a coach is to do that BAT every day. That's it. For this BBA Academy, the Business Breakthrough Academy, your job is to do the call to action and your BAT. That's it. There's nothing extra. We're just going to be teaching and sharing and helping you grow your business. Basic, consistent action. We want to keep it simple, okay? So back to sharing my screen. Okay, week one, we are talking all about mindset, because mindset is the make or break in this business. I want you to think, anybody else, hold on, raise a hand. Anybody else terrified that they are a coach, right? You have that coach label and you're like, oh my gosh, what the hell? It's okay if you raise your hand. What the hell am I doing? How can I coach anyone else? I can't even coach myself, right? You feel it. I understand it. Been there, done that, right? I get it. But what I want you to think back to is to remember why you said yes to begin with. Chances are, you can all put it in the chat, but I looked at everybody's responses in the posts. Chances are you didn't start this business because you thought you were the most incredible leader and the best coach in the world, and you knew you wanted to make $1 million. Chances are you said yes to coaching because you wanted to take care of your health. You needed change. So you're like, all right, let's do this. And then it changed your life, right? A lot of the responses that I saw is that you were struggling in life, needed extra money, looking to lose weight, discouraged, hated your body, needed community. Most of those have nothing to do with building a successful business. I know when I started, I specifically told my coach, I do not want to be a coach. Don't sign me up for that. Not going to happen. Okay. Literally, I told my coach that. Yet here we are. So think back to why you said yes and how it changed your life. Can you, in the chat here, give me some things that Beachbody has helped you in your life? What changes have you seen come because you said yes to coaching, right? I'm going to read through them. Confidence. Oh, that is the best. Yes. Building the mindset. Love it. Confidence, working on mindset. Worthiness. Ooh, beautiful. Mindset and encouragement. Yes. The community is everything for me. That's why I stayed. Self-discovery, passion for what I do, community, self-esteem, paid off debt, $10,000 in debt, being able to give to others, showing my kids that anything is possible with hard work. Oh, girl, you're going to make me cry. Yes, support, emotions, all of the things, right? So many incredible perks, and only one of them had to do with making money. And so I think that you have to really remember that. Why did you say yes? That's the question I want you to ask yourself constantly. Like I said, we came back from Summit, and I'm sure that a lot of you are getting more clear on what your vision is. I hope you're asking yourself the hard questions, because I don't know about you. You can raise your hand. You don't have to, because I won't make you call yourself out like that. But the last 2 years have shown me a lot in how people are willing to treat this business, right? When you don't get the time with other people, when you don't get the recognition and accolades, I've seen a lot of people step away or distance themselves. A lot of people not show up for their business because life's hard. It's okay, right? Because we're not clear on that vision. That's okay. But maybe you find yourself in that space where you have stepped away from the business in the last 2 chaotic years, just surviving, right? We're past that point. Like Brendan said at Summit, yeah, you can have the empathy. Yes, it's important to feel it, but what are you going to do about it? And that's exactly why we're here today. That's exactly why you said yes to BBA, because you're ready to do something about it. We're not just sticking a little pinky toe in anymore. Like we're ready to step into the water and trust ourselves. So I want you to ask yourself, what do you want? And go ahead and drop it in the chat. What do you want from this business? What is your vision in this business? Why are you here? What in a year from now, what do you want to be like? Yeah, I did that, right? Because it's not enough to just want something different. It takes you taking action. It starts, the best part about this job is that it always starts with you. It starts with showing up for you, for your health, for your mental wellness. Anything else that you get out of this business is just a bonus. So I want you to go ahead and drop those visions in. If I could pull up, my chat, then I will read some of those. Okay. Vision. Oh, we want to let go of fears. I love that. Help other women achieve their goals. Be successful at helping others and watch their progress. Oh, seeing someone else succeed is the best feeling. Build the home of our dreams. Create a team of women ready to go all in beside me. Solid businesses of life changers. Healthy lifestyle, confidence. Stop bullying in my local community. Get my health back after baby girl. I love it. Successful outside of teaching in the classroom. Ooh, I really love that. Be debt free. Yes, Vanessa, you can do it, baby. A team of badass women to do life with. Same, Haley, that is literally goals. Stronger to help others, to help women know they're worthy. Gosh, just those first few visions are so impactful. But you have to remember the vision that you have is very specific to you. So no matter what anyone else says or drops in the chat, this business has to matter to you every single day. And as we move forward these next 4 weeks, I really want you to get clear on why you started and what you want, not what someone else wants, not what someone else is doing. What do you want? And then what are you going to do about it? Like I said, the best part about this business is that our job is to take care of us. That's it, right? You start with you every single day. Your number one job is to show up for you, but know that you have nothing to prove. You don't have to show up to show that you can XYZ or show that you are better than who, what, Wander, right? You have nothing to prove. You're simply showing up to grow for yourself. And that looks different every single day. But there are 4 things that entails, right? And Danielle Natoni shared this at a Super Saturday. Anytime you talk to Julie Boris, she will tell you what you have to do is you push play, you read a book, you drink a shake and fuel your body, and you share that. That's all you do as a coach. Really that simple. Problem is, so many coaches stop themselves because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they're worthy. They don't believe they're capable. We wait for the self-belief to show up. But the problem with that is that equation is backwards, because belief doesn't create action. Action creates belief. So when you take action by doing these 4 things, you will believe that you are worthy enough to be a coach. Can I just spoiler alert? You're already worthy. But you have to take the action so that you believe it. I can say it all day long, but if you don't believe, it doesn't matter what I say. Now, you can raise your hand. You don't have to. Does anyone feel like they lack confidence in being a coach? I'll just give you the tough love, right? If you don't feel confident, the chances are you're not showing up in one of these areas to grow your business. Either you're not pushing play and going all in on your workouts. You're not reading or listening to personal development every single day. You're not drinking a shake and fueling your body. Or maybe you're not sharing what you're doing to help other people. And if that hits you, good. I want it to hit you because action creates confidence. Action creates belief. The only way you're going to believe in yourself is if you take action. And it's really simple. You push play, you read a book, you drink a shake, and you go share it every single day. That's really what it comes down to. And I know we sit and wait, we sit and wait, we sit and wait because maybe we'll learn more. Maybe we'll, do better. Maybe we'll be perfect tomorrow. But the best time to start is right now, today, because what you focus on, you will find. If you're focusing on a million reasons why you can't be successful in this business, let me tell you what you're going to find. You're going to find that you're not going to be successful. And that's because you're convincing yourself that you don't deserve this or that you can't do this. But if you focus on everything that you have accomplished, everything that you've grown through, everything that you're doing, all of the good stuff, all the reasons why you make an incredible coach, let me tell you, I'm going to see you being the incredible leader that you are because you believe it. I'm going to see you growing your business and helping other people because you believe it, because that's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the good stuff. You're focusing on the book of proof. You're focusing on everything that you have done that has led you to this point, that has helped you change your life. And then you're sharing that with other people. So what can you do if you're feeling like, oh man, I don't know, Deidre, I know you're saying all this, but I still don't know if I believe it. What things can you do to help shift that mindset? The first thing, of course, is personal development. Top books that I would recommend to a new coach is The Compound Effect. Brilliant. If you have never read it, go read it now, especially if you suck at taking action. Compound Effect is it. Fear is My Homeboy. So freaking good. Slight Edge. Awesome. 4-Hour Workweek and GoPro. Those are incredible personal development books that you can check out. Go to your library, check out. You don't have to buy something. I'm sure your coach probably has them if you want to borrow them. But start reading your personal development every single day. If you're not growing, you're dying. Like that's just the fundamentals of development of like living organisms. Okay. So make sure that you're growing your mind and your heart. That's where that self-belief is going to come in. But also focus on the sunshine instead of the shadows. Instead of telling everyone and yourself every reason why you can't, start telling everyone and yourself every reason why you can. Start celebrating your life. Start looking for the good. Okay. Daily gratitude and affirmations, which again, like I said, plug into BBA every single day. Make sure your notifications on. Make sure you have a timer to say, hey, if you haven't checked out the group yet, go do it today, because we have awesome tools to set you up and walk you through this so that you have the power to figure out daily gratitude, so that you are doing daily affirmations. That mindset will absolutely change so much for you. It's like she was saying in the the affirmations before we started. Do that for 21 days and watch how your mind drastically shifts. It's time to change your thinking. Stop saying I can't and start saying I can. Look at what you have done. But let's talk about fears, right? Because so many of us are just holding on to fears. Let's just be honest. The reason we aren't where we want to be is because of fears. And I will even say that for me, okay? The reason I'm not where I want to be is my own fears. Raise your hand, say hallelujah in the chat if you have ever felt imposter syndrome. If you have a busy life and feel like you have no time. Raise your hand if you really love your job and you never want to quit it. Raise your hand if you struggle but with feeling like you're not perfect. Who's not perfect in here? Okay. What if you're just afraid that you're not a really good leader, or you're afraid of even becoming a leader? You're afraid to add more responsibility to your plate. Maybe you look at someone else and you're like, but I'm not as good as her. I don't have a story like her. I can't do what she does, right? Or maybe you're afraid to grow your team because honestly, you haven't made jack squat in this business yet. So how's someone going to take you at face value when you've made no money. I'm sure some of you are feeling this, right? You understand how it feels to just let that fear stop you from taking action, stop you from believing in yourself, stop you from growing. We're stopping that right now, okay? Let's bust the myths together. My tongue is super tied today. So let's talk about having a busy life or no time. Or maybe you're that person who just loves your job and you don't want to ever quit it for Beachbody full time, okay? The first thing that I need you to know is that the best part about this business is your number one job is you. So every single day, you set the rules. You are the CEO. If you don't want to work for over an hour, don't work for over an hour. The cool thing is Annie Reed built her business with the power of threes. You can knock out power of threes in 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Ask me how I know. That's how I also built my business to become the rock star foundation that it is. I built it while I rocked my kids to sleep during nap time, 30 minutes. Then I put them in bed, right? You get to set your schedule. Maybe you're the person who's like, I would love to crank out 1 8-hour workday and I'm done for the week. Maybe you're the person who's like 30 minutes every morning and I'm done. Maybe you're that person who does 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here, and you're rocking it, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes you. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters that it fits your lifestyle and you're consistently taking action with that. You are the CEO. And I will tell you hands down, busy people are normally the most successful because they are intentional people. They know they have zero time to waste, right? They know they got to get in, get it done, and get out, or it's not happening. So don't tell me you got a busy life. Show me how you're going to make it happen. I don't have time either. I raised 3 babies, not children, babies, all by myself with 0 husband home. And I was able to build a successful business. Amy Probst works a full-time job every single day for as long as I have been a coach. And she is not quitting her job. She works it every single day, but she still finds time for this because it matters to her. You are the CEO and you are allowed to take whatever time you want, but quitting isn't an option. Not being consistent isn't an option. If it means something to you, freaking schedule it. Okay? Just like it's your job, because hey, it is. You wouldn't tell your boss, sorry, boss, I'm not coming in today because I'm too busy. I'm not coming in today because I don't feel like it. I'm not coming in today because I don't believe in myself. So why are you telling yourself that? Right? You don't have to quit your full-time job. I know there are plenty of humans in here that love what they do. You are so passionate about what you do and how you help other people and how you show up in your life currently. No one, and let me just tell you, no one has ever told you you have to quit your job. You have told you that you have to quit your job. Stop looking at what other people are doing and think that you have to do what they do. You do not have to quit your job. Let me repeat. If you love your job, why would you quit it? The whole point in Beachbody and what we do is that you do what you love. You love the life you're living. So why would you quit something that you're so passionate about just because a stay-at-home mom has found purpose in Beachbody for herself, right? That really doesn't make any sense at all. If you don't want to quit your job, own your story, because guess what? There's other women out there who are looking for that as well. They don't want to quit their job, but man, a little side income would be super freaking helpful right now, right? Give me the groceries, give me the gas. Share your story so that other people can relate to that and connect to that, because that's what matters. Your story isn't mine, so stop trying to tell mine. Imposter syndrome. Or maybe you're the person who struggles with not being perfect. The thing is, in this business, there's 0 rules that say you have to be perfect. It's not about perfection. Actually, we market ourselves and we grow our business based on who we are and what our struggles are, based on how we live. It's not about being perfect. People don't want to, let me just be very honest. People don't want to sign up with someone who is super skinny, has rock hard abs, never eats good food. They don't want someone that tells them they can't have a margarita or go out on a date night with their husband. They don't want perfect. They don't want that. They want to know how they can be healthy, but still live a life, right? Your job is just to help people, not to be perfect. When you can let go of the idea of perfectionism, one, you're going to feel better and be less anxious. But two, you're going to have way more fun with this. You're not required to be an expert ever. Not once in any of the paperwork that you signed to become a coach did it say that you must be an expert. Hell no. Beachbody pays our trainers, our nutritionists, and everybody in the nutrition field. Like, they have people who spend hours and days and all the time and energy and resources, researching all of that stuff so that you don't have to. It's not your job to be the expert. Your job is to make friends and then point them to, hey, 645 is really great because Amwala slows you down and walks you through it. He makes sure you don't hurt yourself, right? Hey, 2B mindset might be great for you because it talks about these 2 specific rules that you can follow. Makes it super easy and you can go anywhere with it, right? You don't have to be an expert. You can say, listen to her. She's going to tell you all about it. So stop trying to be an expert. Instead, just be a real human. Sharing your struggles will help you relate to so many people more, because who else struggles with imposter syndrome, right? Who else struggles with late night wanting to snack? Who else struggles with drinking their water? Who else struggles with yada, yada, yada? We can list struggles all day long. Relate to those struggles and give them things that you're doing to overcome them, okay? You have a coach to help you. So if you don't know something, just ask. We are Team Beachbody for a reason. It's not you did all these certifications so that you were an expert. No. You're a real life human getting your own real life results. And you're just being like, let's go together, friend. That's it. Maybe your fear is you don't have a big story or you don't make any money yet. First, what makes a story big? Literally, we can compare ourselves to other people, seeing what they've accomplished or what they've done. And you think that it's mind blowing. But what makes a story big? Because I'm just a regular girl here. Who says that you have to have a big story? Why not just show up and feel better and love your life? Because chances are, every other person you talk to, they're not looking for big, exceptional change. All they want is to feel better and love the life that they live. So why can't your story be good enough? Has Beachbody changed your life at all? If it's changed it even just a little bit, then you have every reason to scream it from the rooftops. So many people did not start this for the money. You can raise your hand if anybody, or drop it in the chat, if anybody started this business to become a sole Beachbody coach, to make $1 million. If that was you, then I will just excuse myself for saying that nobody here has started this business to make $1 million, right? We all started for our own health. Sure, money is great and money helps and money alleviates so much pressure. And this opportunity has abundance of financial opportunity here. But why focus on what you don't have when that's not even why you started? When you start focusing on what has changed in your life, the money will naturally come. Your story is in what's ahead of you, not what's behind you, not what happened in your past, but from this day moving forward, what are you going to accomplish? That's up for you to decide, because you're the writer of your own story. And so if you want that big story, then sister, go out and write it. But your story is big enough as it is. You are right where you're meant to be. And now this one's the hard one for a lot of people, right? We're afraid of becoming a leader. What does that even look like? Is this more work than what I've already signed up for? But the thing is, you're already a leader. I bet you can look around the room that you're in right now. If there's another human in there, chances are you're influencing them every single day. You are leading other people when you're at work or when you're out and about. You're leading other people when you share anything. Today, I shared about a 24-hour clock that I make. By sharing that, I am helping leading people. It's not powerful. It's just saying like, hey, how am I spending my 24 hours, right? but sharing that is helping someone else. You already have everything you need to know, because it's not about, again, being the expert, being perfect. It's simply being one step ahead of someone else and saying, hey, I can help you with that. Come this way, right? You're just extending your hand to teach what you've already learned. That's it. You don't have to do it all. I know you look at your leader or your coach and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how she does the groups and shares the what is coaching and blah, 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 like a million things we can list all day long that we think that our coach does. But the thing is, she doesn't do it by herself. You are on an incredible team here, and we have incredible resources here. You don't have to be a coach and now do all your own groups and all of your own sneak peeks and all of your own info groups. No one said that. And even once you become a leader, no one said that you had to do that. We get to team up and do it together. We're Team Beachbody for a reason. You don't have to do it all. So give yourself permission to not do it all. It's just focusing on you and your business. I think the biggest thing that I can say to help you really overcome those fears is to play to your strengths. It's time to stop looking at what other people are doing and start asking yourself, what can you do? What sets you apart? Because you are the only thing that's different in my business versus your business versus her business versus her business, right? I'm not going to get on my social media and talk about adopting kids or kids with Down syndrome. I'm going to leave that to Annie, because that's not something I could ever talk about. I'm not going to get up on my social media and talk about producing teal, because that's not my thing. That's Shelby's thing. Okay. I'm not going to get on my social media talking about pharmacy or even doing math, because that is not my strength. That's Kelsey's strength. Okay. And we all know the math one is for real. Why would I try and show up to be like anyone else? It's automatically setting me up to fail. And chances are you have done this. Chances are when you try it, it stabs your confidence. Because, well, shit, I can't do what she can do, because she's playing to her strengths and you're trying to copy, right? You're trying to not, what's that? Not mock, not mimic. You're trying to do what she does because you see that she's successful. So you're trying to do the same thing. But I don't need you to be her. I need you to be you. And maybe you're that person who's like, oh, gosh, I know that you say that all the time, Deidre, but actually I'm a mom and I haven't been me in about 9 years now, because I got kids that I take care of. I don't even know who I am. I literally had someone message me just a few days ago crying because I did a morning minute where I talked about getting to know yourself, right? When you lose yourself. And she messaged me and she said, I don't even know where to start. I don't know who I am, and I feel so disconnected. And maybe you've been there, maybe you are there. Maybe you're like, I don't know what brings me joy. I don't know what my thing is. I don't know what value I add to other people. First, put yourself in a safe place where you can ask your coach friends that, right? Let them help guide you. But secondly, well, then that's your job. Our job, number one, is to show up for ourselves, right? Is to grow ourselves. So if you don't know who you are, well, that's your focus. Your job is to discover who you are. Build this business the way you want it. But most importantly, it's time to stop saying can't and start saying can. In order to do that, you have to have a positive mind, brave, faithful action. Like ignorance on fire is the phrase that I have fallen in love with, because that was how I built my business, right? I didn't know what I was doing, but I was so on fire for the possibilities and what I could do that I showed up no matter what. And it's all about building that belief muscle, which I shared in the slides above. Personal development, gratitude, affirmations, journaling, getting real with yourself. I'm going to stop that here, because one, I'm losing my voice, but two, I also want to keep it open for you to ask questions and to grow. And if you want, we can dig into some of your personal fear blocks or mindset blocks. What is the thing that stops you from taking action and doing your BAT?
I think for me, the biggest thing is that I never feel like it's enough. And I said that today in the chat, because I fill out, I don't even know if I have a paper here, but this was from yesterday. I do this every single day and I still never feel like it's enough. And like I spend so much time on my phone because I don't know if that's how I got taught originally or like just what I think it takes to be successful faster. But like as I was doing the power of threes today, I'm like, oh my God, that's not enough. That's not enough. Like I almost had a panic attack because I'm like, it's not enough. And I'm like, Kelsey, you gotta trust this, because what I did before did get me success fast, but it also made my whole team fall apart fast. Hold on, buddy. So I'm trusting that I can build a foundation of a business that wants to change lives, to make these children be better humans. God help us. We need lots of help from God. More help from God probably than the BAT on this. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that holds me back. Like I'm here for all of it. Like I'm here for the mindset work, but getting past like, am I ever enough? That's hard for me.
You are enough. And that is definitely mindset work in itself. Just the I am enough, not even I am enough in a coach or in the work that I do. But I will say, a lot of the times, and I found myself as a new coach doing this because I was trying to run away from motherhood because 3 babies is hard. I would go to my phone as an escape. And I still will do this now. Like if I'm stressed out, if I'm overwhelmed, guess what? If I'm bored, what am I going to do? I'm going to pull it out of my pocket and I'm going to look at it, even if I have nothing to do, right? That's where you need to put boundaries around your phone, because it is created to be a dopamine fix. Is that the right word? It is created to be a boost of happy. We are all living for this thing. And I will literally speak for everybody. We are living for this thing. It is created that way. It is your job to take care of you. That is your number one job. So get some boundaries around it for one. And then you won't feel as anxious about it because you're not thinking about it. And I think that's a huge, huge thing. Because of course, when you feel like you suck as a mom or you suck as a wife or life is crazy or you're looking for that dopamine hit, right? You just go to your phone and you're like, oh, well, what can I do on my phone? Oh, well, I'm going to help save this person's life. And I know it because I've been there. The instant gratification of helping someone else and getting that message of thank you for changing my life was so much easier than listening to my kids cry, right? But that's not the life that I get to live. I'm not living my life for them. I'm living my life for them upstairs.
Okay, so I just have to say this, Kelsey, because as you say it come up for me, and I think it's going to be beneficial for both of us and anyone else that relates to your not enough feeling. What actually shows us that we're enough, that our work is enough? What is the end goal here? What is the thing that's going to be like, oh, that's enough today? Because I think we're chasing something that never actually shows up, that never actually is like, open up the heavens, the angels sing, and like, you have arrived at your enoughness. We get to do that for ourselves every single day, and we don't, because I'll tell you why. We don't, because we will never believe that we are enough as we are right now. We are always going to be chasing that. Society has created this idea of women and moms and employees and friends, and that standard's way up here when it should just be way down here. We get to set that internal temperature for ourselves, and our internal temperature has been real jacked up for a long time, okay? So I know it's hard because my enoughness, did I sign someone up? Did I sell something? Did I get something in someone's hands? It's not like, man, I really impacted someone's day today just by reaching out. Just not that I got a message back, just that I reached out. I feel good. I feel good about my work today because just like what Annie said, is that when she built her business on the power of threes, on those lasting conversations that are going to pay back dividends over years' time, man, that's not done in just one day. That's not done in just one message. That's not done in just one instance. That's us showing up every day consistently for ourselves. So it just like dawned on me when you said that. I'm like, what is actually giving us the proof? Because I I catch myself in that area a lot, especially when life is crazy and you get sick and you can't show up in the way that you want to because you're too busy taking care of yourself. And that's what our number one job is. And that's what I've gotten back to. And it feels really good. But I'm going to tell you what, I fell in that trap today already. So thanks for bringing it up, at least. And I just appreciate you all.
I think, Kelsey, like kind of what I just said in the chat, and I think a lot of us here can probably relate to that, is that a lot of us do work, a 9 to 5, or you have some kind of job that, it is, I don't want to say instant, but it's more of an instant feedback loop. You go to work, you do the job, you get paid. And in a business like this, it isn't, you go to work, you talk to somebody, you get paid. It's not like that. It may be like Amy just said, saying hi and making that connection, being authentic, showing up authentically as yourself so that people understand and they trust you. I read something today, I can't remember what book I'm reading right now / listening to, but they were talking about that like 86% of consumers these days buy from their friends off of a recommendation. They don't want a commercial. They don't want something like that pushed to them because they don't trust that company, that business, that whatever it may be. So 86% of your market, no matter how you want to look at it, is got to come from trusting. Like people have to trust you. And so the idea of, yeah, I'm with Kelsey on this one. Yes, I showed up. I said hi. I talked to somebody, but I may not get something no matter what it is. It may not be a sale, like you said, Amy Fly. It may not be that they ever even say hello to me. But I think that that's where it's a huge mindset thing around what, network marketing or what participation marketing is now is, yeah, like you have to trust yourself. You have to be a product of the product. And you have to get over this mindset of, well, I spoke with Sally Sue, whatever. And so tomorrow she's going to trust me and I'm going to reap some kind of benefit, whether it is a sale or a friendship or whatever it may be. It's just not that. That's not what it is. It may be a seed that gets planted because in 3 months from now, when they decide that, they've got to fit into a wedding dress or a bridesmaid's dress and they're like, oh shit, I remember that, so-and-so, I remember Amy Bly had said to me like, hey, I did this, or like, that's why Deidre started because she mentioned it. Like, those are the little seeds that you're planting. You're sharing just little pieces of yourself instead of when you work for corporate, you're giving little pieces of yourself to them for your time. This is you're sharing little pieces of yourself for like you. And it's a huge mindset shift in the world of what work is, because I am the Amy Prost. I'm not going to leave my corporate, and it's not corporate, whatever. I'm not going to leave my 9 to 5. I enjoy what I do. I'm really proud of that company, the same way that I'm proud of the company that I'm building, in a Beachbody world. But it's a different mindset completely. And until you can compartmentalize that and get really, really intentional with your time and with the conversations that you're having, none of it matters. And that's just kind of like the cold hard truth, something I've learned in the last, I don't know, year and a half.
I've learned a lot of this that we have talked about just in the last 2 minutes is a lot to do with my job that I do as hair. People have to trust you. You make your own schedule. And for instance, COVID hit, so we shut down. They trusted me enough that I'm going to come back. And so then they came back. You know what I mean? I hope that makes total sense, but like, I hope I'm getting what I'm trying to like, and you can make your own schedule. You make it when you want, and they trust you that you're going to get them in. So, it's kind of in that aspect. So just know that you're enough for this. That's how I'm learning off this job, because it's okay not to reply right away. It's okay to give yourself some boundaries, but as long as you get there, I hope that makes total sense. So, because it kind of just relates to what I'm doing, because that's why I'm doing hair at home, because I do want to spend time with my family. I do want to make the travels to go see my husband. And that is what helps me set my boundaries with my clients. And they trust me enough that I'll be back to take care of them. And that kind of relates to the Beachbody, that people will trust you, that you will show up for them. And you will show up for them, and you always will be back, and you will get to them. If they trust you enough, they will wait for you. So you have to know that you are always enough no matter what.
To play off of that though, sorry, I feel like I'm just like diving in. I don't know. I have it energized and I'm like, ugh, because Joel just kicked my butt, literally. One thing, they trust you and they're going to come back and all this, that, and you're going to be there for them, but you have to show up for yourself first. That's something that I've heard over and over and over again. And until I took it seriously, you are a challenger first and foremost, because if you are not showing up for yourself, you cannot show up for other people. And that's something I had to learn the hard way. But yes, absolutely, Lori, like you have to have that trust, because I mean, for instance, Kelly knows because she was in my group when, ish hit the fan for me. I got divorced. My life was rocked. I moved states. I changed, like, I bought a house and everything happened and I stepped away. I could not do it. I physically, like emotionally, mentally couldn't do it. But because of the foundation that I had built and the trust that I had built with the girls that I did have, I reached out to one of them and I said, hey, I can't do this right now. Here are the tools. Can you please keep this going? Because I knew I needed it. I knew I would come back eventually. And my girls trusted that I would come back, and they were still there. Everybody was still there. And then some when I came back. So yes, Lori.
Okay. I want to add two things. Hello. One thing that stuck with me years ago, and I always remember it, so I want you to write this down. We need to make an impact before we make a dollar. When you do that, it will change everything. If you go about this as I'm going to make a dollar before I make an impact, you won't be successful. It just won't happen. But like, switch it. Think about the impact that you can make before you make a dollar, and God is totally going to bless that, because that's when like things can go next level. You're sharing your story, you're being authentic, be you, don't be perfect, just like Deidre talked about. The second thing that I will say is lean into this business academy, use a system, even if you haven't ever used one before. Write stuff down, use Power of Three, use your Teamsy, find something that works for you that you can stick with, and you will be successful. You can't run a storefront or a store without some kind of a system. You wouldn't open up a clothing store, let's say accessories, hat store, let's say hat store, without, a cash register, keeping track of your clients, what's selling, what's not selling. Like, you have to have some kind of a system, right? So think of it that way. If this business is something you want to make an impact at, you have to use some kind of a system, whatever that is, whatever works for you. I use a totally different system, but I am writing things down and I am doing the business activity tracker in my own way. Okay. So it's fine if you're not following it to a T, but do something over this next few weeks and see where you are at the end of those 4 weeks, and see if you've made an impact before you've made a dollar. And I promise you, God's going to bless that. And you will, if you want to earn money at this, there's nothing wrong with that. What a beautiful thing to say that you're helping people and yourself and your family. It's not a bad thing to make money at this. We're helping people, saving lives, but just get a system and lean in, because this is going to be something so transformative. You guys are going to love this. And if you utilize it, it will work for you. That's all I got for you.
Oh gosh, I want to jump in really quick. And I just want to say thank you, each of you, for sharing all of your knowledge. I've taken so many notes on what each of you have said, and I can relate to many of you in the feelings of worthiness and being enough. oh my gosh, so many epiphanies, revelations for myself over the past few weeks between summit and masterminds and team calls and just getting to this business academy. I'm like, oh, I can't even breathe to talk because I'm so hyped about it. Like trying to remind myself to calm down. I'm excited for this. It sparked something that I definitely utilize for myself that drives my car is community and support and accountability. I had a lot of chaos and trauma in my early childhood, so I didn't learn the best way to create healthy foundational habits. But after all of this training and creating new space and overcoming traumas to clear space, I'm ready for this. And it reminds me, I always struggle to celebrate small wins. And I focus energy in wrong places. We've talked about this. You talked about it tonight. And I'm like, I need to focus my energy into the right place, just like I did when I first started. I built my consistency muscle to lose 100 pounds, to show up every single day with my girls, my community, because I knew they were going to be there to hold my hand through my biggest, deepest, darkest, most isolated time in the world for me, COVID-19, postpartum depression. And I'm like, I need this hand holding right now. I need all of you that are here. I need a system. You're my system. I'm here for the humans. That's what I love. I am so grateful that each of you are going to be here holding my hand, looking for my sloppy own created version of the bat. And I'm just so grateful to be able to share it because I don't have that feeling of I'm enough in this business. Mine is definitely lack of trust and belief in myself, which I'm overcoming. I'm just trying to learn better habits on how to get there. So I'm excited for that as well. I actually get more overwhelmed in the sense that, oh my gosh, I start talking to these people. All these people want to talk to me. I don't know who to talk to first. What do I do? Where do I get these people? Oh my God, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm not talking to anyone. Leave me alone. That is me. I don't know if anyone else can relate. I'm like, I love you all and I want to give you all my attention. And I set boundaries that are extreme. So that is where I'm like, okay, I know I can set boundaries, but I need to find a balance in that boundary because I take mine to the extreme. Don't talk to me. I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. Like I'll show up in my stories, but if you send me a DM and I don't have the space, you have to go on the back burner. And it's just too much. And I'm realizing that now. So it's like, how do I dial back that boundary? Because I want to remind you that because technology makes us accessible 24/7 does not mean that you are. Think about, you want to go to your favorite coffee shop. Are they open at all hours? No, you wish they were, but they're not. So just remember that. And people are going to get uncomfortable because you're evolving past their comfort zone with a boundary around your phone. Those people are not for your tribe. I literally had to tell a guy in my softball community that was trying to message me about some softball things. He was blowing up my phone. I literally was like, I could snap right now and have my knee-jerk reaction and be like, dude, leave me alone. Or I could take a day, message him back with what the answer that he needs and be like, listen, I appreciate that you really want my attention and I see you, but you have to wait just because, and I literally dropped the line that I just dropped to you, just because technology makes us accessible 24/7 does not mean that I am available at all times. You don't have to be. You shouldn't have to be. As humans, it is biologically proven we were not meant for this. We were not meant for this constant projection, exposure to this much screen time to this many humans. It just evolved this way. So yes, definitely. And that falls back to the personal development, taking care of yourself. So it's all a full circle. That's what I'm realizing in this too. We all have the same feelings in our journey, same doubts, same emotions around it. They're just created by different experiences that we've each had in our own lives. If that makes sense, I hope it does. And that's all I have. I mean, I could keep going because I'm like Shelby and I'm just, I love you guys and I'm so excited to be here and I'm grateful for the hand holding. So thank you so much.
You and Shelby's energy tonight. I'm here for it.
Okay, can you hear me? I'm on my phone audio. Okay. Here's my thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight because it's day one and we just got back from Summit half of us were sick last week. So now we're like, the energy is finally coming back. We're recovering. Okay. So we're all excited. And this is something, I'm a big realist. So I want to prepare you for this because it'll happen. Is we get going like day one and we're like balls to the wall. We're going to friggin' crush it. Right. And then our subconscious in our brain gets uncomfortable. And like in a day, 2-3 days, all of a sudden it's going to creep up on us and be like, what the F did you tell Deidre you were going to do? Like, you know, you can't do that. You've never done it before. You aren't equipped for that. Like, that is our subconscious that will protect us, and it'll sneak up on you because it's like a computer program that runs in the background of what we've done, what we're capable of doing. So anytime we come out and we say, I'm going to veer off course and I'm going to do something different, and it might not even be that your Beachbody business, it might be, you know, you're going to do the Beachbody challenge and do a fitness competition. And then all of a sudden your brain is like, hold up, no, thank you. So I want you guys to prepare yourself with that. And so sometime this week, we're talking about personal development, but you really need to lean into personal development, your affirmations, your gratitude, to rewire that pathway that, no, bitch, like, be quiet, because I am going to do this. Like, I'm going to do this. So I just want you guys to get prepared for that, because it's coming, because I battle it too. So that is my spiel for you guys, is you have to overwrite that computer program that's running in your subconscious that holds you back every time you want to do something different. And I know you've all experienced it, because we've all went to do something different and got stopped in our tracks by our own negative self-talk. So find some personal development or some audio that's going to like keep you going, and lean in this week as we do mindset and affirmations and visualizations and gratitude, because those things, for some of you, if you're like me and you're getting started with this, I mean, I thought personal development was the biggest crock of crap I'd ever heard. I was like, me? I don't need personal development. That's for people who have issues. It's 100% for me. I've got all kinds of issues. So that's what I wanted to share.
I'm just wanting to survive what I'm going through. So I am leaning on all of you for the energy. And today's been a hard day. So say some prayers, because we do need each other. And there's a ton of people out there that need you, like, bigger than you know. And everybody's going to have crappy things happen to them. And that was my biggest takeaway from Summit, because we all have bad days. We all freaking have bad days. And I'm just having a few extras. But if it wasn't for personal development, I wouldn't be here, period. And if it wasn't for my faith and for this commitment to all of you, I wouldn't be here either. So I'm going to do the 3 a day, because I think that's simple, and I need to do some kind of action, little baby steps. I'm not going to do 25, because I will just go. And my dog's talking because she just thinks that I should pay attention to her. But I'm just so fucking grateful for all of you. And I mean that with all my heart. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. That's my gratitude. You. There.
I love you, and I love that your dog censored you when you cussed. That was cute. Okay, anybody want to take a picture before we hop off of here? And before we do hop off, something that Annie said, and it's a tip that I got through my personal development. Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. He talks about when you feel or see those negative thoughts come in, it's important that you spot them you stop them, and then you swap them. So like maybe you are feeling not enough, and you know, Kelsey, you said that, like, I feel like I'm not enough. I didn't do enough. You spotted when you felt that way. You stopped it. You literally shared it with everyone else. So it's like swapping that idea and instead inserting those affirmations to be like, no, this is what I did to prove that I'm enough. And this sometimes, like Sine said, you don't understand that your subconscious is trying to like knock the shit out of you, right? But when you can ask yourself better questions, when you know what your vision is, when you know that you're taking the action and building the belief because of the proof that you have, that's when you can recognize it, say it out loud, say it to yourself, say it to your friend, to your coach, whoever, spot it, stop it, swap it for something different.